Unbelievable. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian royal love twist, fearful face, insider gossip exposed. The palace has always been a place of order, rules, duty, tradition. But what happens when the heart breaks those rules? What happens when love refuses to bow to the crown? Tonight, the story you thought you knew takes a shocking twist. A royal love story, exposed in ways no one expected. Princess Leonor of Spain, Prince Christian of Denmark. Two heirs, two dynasties, two futures written in stone. Or so it seemed. For years, the world saw only what the cameras showed: formal smiles, graceful gestures, the perfect heirs to modern monarchies. But behind the scenes, away from the flash of photographers, a different narrative began to grow. A secret thread connecting their lives, weaving a tale so delicate it could shatter at the slightest touch. How did it begin? That's the question echoing in royal circles and gossip columns alike. Some say it started at a state dinner, a fleeting glance across a gilded room. Others whisper it was during private royal gatherings, away from public eyes, where genuine conversations sparked something more. What's certain is this: what began as respect became friendship. And what grew from friendship may now be the most talked about royal love twist of the decade. But here's where the twist deepens. While Leonor has been carefully groomed to become Spain's first reigning queen in centuries, Christian has faced his own preparation as Denmark's future king. Their lives have been scripted since birth. Every step choreographed, every decision calculated. Yet no scriptwriter could have predicted what followed: the intertwining of two hearts across borders. And yet, with love comes risk. Insiders claim Christian's past complicates the picture. A former romance, quiet, hidden, still lingers in whispers around the Danish palace. Was it a youthful fling? Or something deeper? And if Leonor has stepped into that space, what kind of storm awaits when secrets clash with duty? Spain's palace advisors, too, reportedly worry. For Leonor, alliances matter. Every decision she makes will ripple through Spain's fragile political landscape. Can she afford to follow her heart when the weight of a crown demands sacrifice? But here's the part no one can ignore: their connection feels undeniable. Witnesses describe moments too raw to be staged. The way they lean toward each other in conversation, as though the world falls away. The subtle brush of a hand, the almost imperceptible smile meant only for the other. These are not rehearsed gestures. These are not palace strategies. These are fragments of something real. And yet, the world asks, real at what cost? If Leonor and Christian pursue this bond, are we witnessing the birth of a union that could unite two monarchies? Or the beginning of a scandal that could fracture them both? Imagine the shockwaves if Spain's future queen and Denmark's future king openly declared their love. Would the public rejoice in a modern fairy tale? Or recoil at the idea of thrones bound by personal desire rather than political necessity? History gives us clues. Love stories like this have always shaken crowns. Think of Edward VIII and Wallis Simpson, love so strong it cost a king his throne. Think of Princess Margaret, denied her true love because it didn't fit the royal mold. These stories show us that love, in palaces, is never just love. It is power. It is politics. It is risk. And Leonor and Christian's twist may be the boldest risk of all. Here's where curiosity burns brightest. Reports suggest the two have already made promises in secret. Not official engagements, not contracts signed with ink, but personal vows exchanged in hushed voices. Words like always and forever, shared in spaces no press can enter. If true, then their love is already ahead of the crown's control. They have written their own chapter, one the world may only glimpse through leaks and whispers. And yet, their families are not blind. Spain's monarchy depends on Leonor as a symbol of strength, especially after years of challenges to its stability. Denmark, too, watches Christian with care, knowing every choice he makes reflects on the future of their crown. Will their parents intervene? Will advisors attempt to steer them apart? Or has the tide already turned too far to stop? What makes this twist truly unbelievable is the timing. Both heirs are reaching pivotal stages of their public lives. Leonor stepping fully into her role as crown princess, Christian emerging into global attention. At this very moment, when their paths should be most defined, they are bending those paths toward each other. Not away from their duties, but through them, forcing the world to reckon with a truth many royals fear, that love cannot always be controlled. And so, we stand on the edge of revelation. Will this story end in heartbreak, with duty triumphing once again over desire? Or will we witness history rewritten, a love strong enough to reshape monarchies, unite nations, and prove that even crowns must bow to the heart? The answer is not clear. But one thing is undeniable. The twist is here, it's raw, it's real, and it has left the world asking, what happens when love dares to challenge centuries of tradition? Because this isn't just gossip. This is the beginning of a royal story that could change everything.